Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit differently. I'm going to be talking about the rumoured cast of All-Star 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, the cast list has kind of been rumoured for a little while now, but I didn't want to do anything until it's sort of calmed down somewhat, because right at the beginning all the cast was chopping and changing almost like every day. A new queen would be out and a new queen would be in. But at the moment it seems to have gotten to the point where everyone seems to have the same cast. So I thought I would just cover it at this point now that everyone seems to have settled on what cast it is. So with All Star 6, we don't know when it's coming out, but we do know that the queens themselves have been sequestered. So for those of you who don't know what sequestered means, what this means is essentially they've been put in their hotel rooms ready to film, because they're not allowed to like interact with each other, and especially for things like All Stars, they're not allowed to see each other or know who the other queens are until they go into the workroom for the first time. So we know that they are sort of filming at the moment, but we don't know, it's not confirmed who it is. So with the queens I'm talking about today, do take it with a pinch of salt. We don't know if these are the guaranteed queens to be on All Star 6, but from everything going on, it does seem like these are the queens that are going to be on All Star 6, and there are some very, very good queens. So before I get into the cast, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Now if you subscribe, what that does, it will just notify you on your YouTube channel when I put a new video up. So it just makes it so much easier. It means you know straight away when I've come out with a new video, and you can just watch it at your own pleasure. Brilliant. So let's get into this cast list. So there are some, it's a bit of a, I don't want to say strange cast, but it's sort of, there's no real front runner apart from maybe one queen. I would say is potentially a front runner at this point, and that's just going into it. Obviously with All Stars, a lot of the time it's a case of some queens that come back, they haven't been on the show for a while, so they could have had just a massive transformation from how they were on their original season. So it's All Stars is great to see just the growth of a queen. So let's start with the season 2 queens. So we've got 2 season 2 queens coming back for All Stars 6 apparently. So the first one is going to be Pandora Box. So Pandora Box was on season 2. She also appeared on All Stars 1. And they have been doing this a lot in the last few seasons. They've been bringing back some of the queens from All Stars 1, which is good, because any of you that have watched All Stars 1, they had to do it in teams. It really wasn't a smart move, but obviously they don't have to do it in teams anymore, so it's great. And Pandora was one of those queens that I'm so grateful was potentially getting that second chance as well, because she was really defeated on All Stars 1 because she got paired with Mimi first, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she has to bring. The next queen from season 2 is Sonique. Now Sonique has had a massive transformation since being on season 2. Not only has she gone through her full transformation and she's now a woman, you know, good for her that she's living as she feels. You can't really fault someone for that. You know, she herself felt like she was a woman, and now she is a woman. She's living her truth. Any of you who have not heard anything about Sonique since season 2, I encourage you to find her on Instagram and look at her. She is amazing. Just like her live performances, you know, she's flipping around on stage, she's singing, and you know, she is just amazing. So I'm intrigued to see how well she's going to do on All Star 6. It's going to be interesting. So those are the season 2 queens. There's 2 of them this time, so you know, that's quite nice. Next we're going on to season 3. Now there's only one queen coming back from season 3. To be fair, there's quite a few seasons where there's only one queen coming back. So the queen coming back from season 3 is Yara Sofia, who was also on All Stars 1. Now, I've been hoping for Yara to come back for a long time now. because she is crazy. I really don't know how else to put it. She is crazy. But it makes great TV. I mean, in season 3, for Snatch Game, she did Amy Winehouse. She couldn't do a British accent. Didn't really make any sense, but it was hilarious. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings. She always looks amazing, and she's just a character all around. So again, it's going to be interesting to see how she does on All Star 6, if she is actually on it. So the next queen, we're going from season 3 straight into season 4. Next rumoured queen, Jiggly Caliente. Again, another queen that is now living her truth. She's now a trans woman. And again, she looks beautiful. I saw her a couple of years ago when she came to Brighton as part of Christmas Queens. And brilliant, absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well she does on All Star 6. And hopefully she will maybe believe in herself a bit more than she did on season 4. We will see. Now, we're skipping straight past season 5, so there's no more season 5 queens coming back for All Star 6. Next, we're going to season 6, and we've got Trinity K. Bonet. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how she does, because I know for a lot of season 6, she was very unsure of herself, and she would go into a challenge defeated. She would very much go into it and just be like, look, you know, if I don't do well, this is the first time I've ever done it, so don't hold it against me. So I'm hoping that she has maybe more confidence when she comes in this time, because she is a fierce queen and she always looks amazing. So we'll see how that goes. Now, going from season 6 straight into season 7, this is a queen I was not expecting to see back. However, I'm very excited to see come back if she does come back. So from season 7, we've got Minge coming back. Now, Ginger was also on All Stars 2. And this is the first time we've seen a queen come back for an All Star season that's been on an All Star season that wasn't All Stars 1. Now, I've seen a lot of people online not very happy about Ginger coming back, you know, because she was on All Stars 2. They've all been saying sort of, All Stars 1 I can understand because, you know, they had to pair up and now they're going just in as themselves. But she's already had a chance. She was on All Stars 2. Personally, I don't care if she's been on an All Stars season that wasn't All Stars 1 before. Ginger is amazing. I have seen her perform live. She is brilliant. She is so sweet in person as well. And she's good TV. It's probably why they invited her back. She is good TV. I mean, any of you that have seen season 7, she was brilliant all the way through that. All Stars 2, she was a bit rocky. I don't think she was necessarily in the right mindset to come straight back into All Stars 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing her come back for another All Stars and seeing hopefully her flourish, because she is an amazing queen. And, you know, I mean, all these queens are amazing queens and they all deserve their own recognition. But Ginger, out of the queens that are on this list, Ginger and Jiggly are the only 2 queens that I've met personally. And the rest of them, I can only go with what I've seen on Instagram and things like that, but they have all been absolutely lovely from what I've seen. And, you know, they all get hate. I wish they didn't, because they don't deserve the hate. No one deserves the hate. But let's get back to this. So that was Ginger from season 7 and All Stars 2. Skipping quite a bit at this point, and the next queens are coming from season 11. So seasons that haven't come, where am I going with this? I don't know. They weren't that long ago. That's where I'm going with this. They weren't too long ago. So from season 11, we apparently have coming back Scarlet Envy, Raj O'Hara, and Akira Chanel Davenport. Now, season 11 had like 15 queens, so it was very overcrowded. I know a lot of people say Scarlet was robbed in her lip sync against Raja. Honestly, I do think she did a great job, and at the time I was probably one of those people that was like, oh no, I think she should have stayed. But they kept Raja, and at the end of the day, we're not the ones that make the decision. The Queens aren't the one that make the decision, not on a normal season. And, you know, Scarlett went home. Scarlett's potentially coming back and getting another go at it. I'm excited to see how she does. Raj O'Hara, she's coming back, and honestly, I'm hoping she came across quite. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. So she was very, for me personally, she came across as. Ooh, I don't want to. She came across sort of a bit harsh and very defensive. So I'm hoping in All Stars 6 maybe we'll get to see a bit more heart to Raja, because she looks good, like her face is beautiful. And I mean, as with all Ru girls, sometimes on the runway I find their outfits questionable, but I'm not overly like fashionable with like, because I mean a lot of the times on Drag Race, a lot of the things they're like, there's like, oh, this is very fashion, this is very that. And for me, fashion basically means you shouldn't really be wearing it. It's more of an art piece. So I don't get fashion. I don't really like fashion so much. I'm sort of like, when it comes to fashion, I think my brain goes to like the old school stuff. So like maybe like the 50s and stuff like that. But you know, she had some good moments on her season. So I'm hoping maybe she'll get some more. And then Akira Chanel Davenport, for me, and I think for a lot of people, she was just kind of part of the crowd for the first sort of half of season 11, and then when the crowd started thinning out, she really came into her own. So I'm very excited to see how she does, if she does come back. And hopefully, because there's only going to be sort of like 10 queens, as there is usually in an all-star season, hopefully she'll get more time to flourish, because of the fact that there's not going to be a huge amount of girls for the entire season. And then final queen rumoured for All Star 6 is from season 12. So season 12 is the season that has like, well, it got filmed last year, got shown sort of beginning of this year, and that's Jan. Now, I was a massive Jan fan in season 12, and I actually thought she was going to go quite like towards the end, and a lot of the critiques she got sort of were saying like, oh, you know, you're trying to do too much, you're trying to put too much into everything you do. And for me, it just came across like she was just so excited to be there. And she did say that like throughout the season, she was like, I'm so excited to be here, you know. And it came across, I got that feeling from her. I got the feeling that she was excited to be there. And, you know, I was very sad to see her go home. So I'm very excited at the thought that she might come back. And hopefully she, you know, she might get a challenge win this season, because she didn't get one in season 12. And I don't know, I wanted to see her succeed so badly. She was just that sort of person. So I'm excited to see how she does, if she is in fact back for All Star 6. So with that saying, that is so far, that's the sort of rumoured cast that is set. Everyone seems to have that same rumoured cast, which is why I decided to do the video, because I was like, well, if everyone's sort of having the same sort of cast, it's more likely that that's going to be the cast. Maybe like one queen switched in or out. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you excited to see these queens back? Were there any that you were maybe surprised to see coming back? I have heard that apparently the format for All Stars 5 is supposed to be carrying over to All Stars 6, so that's the lip sync assassin. So you get one top All Star of the week, they do a lip sync against the lip sync assassin. If the top All Star wins, they send the queen home. If the lip sync assassin wins, essentially all the queens will have voted for who they think should go home, and whoever has the majority vote, they will go home. I really like this from All Stars 5, more because of the fact that you got to see some really quite good lip syncs. Like the first lip sync of All Stars 5 was India Ferrer versus Evie Oddly. That was an amazing lip sync. And you know, you get to see some queens that might not necessarily come back for an All Star season for one reason or another. They can potentially come back and just do the lip sync. They can just show their skill at lip syncing, and they don't have to worry so much about competing. Not only that, but they don't have to worry about sending queens home because they don't know whose lipstick they've got. They didn't pick it, so they don't really necessarily have the backlash. I'm sure they probably get backlash, which they shouldn't, because they didn't, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, even if you are the queen that picked for another queen to go home, it's a competition show. Don't send hate to these people. It's just not right. It's not okay. You know, how would you feel if you were on the show, you sent someone home and you got hate for it? Don't do it. It's not fair. But I'm excited because you've got queens like Trinity K. Bonet. Trinity was a great lip sync assassin on season 6. She sent quite a few people home. You know, I imagine if she landed on top a few times, she would give us some brilliant lip syncs. You know, in the same way as Yara had some good lip syncs, Jan was great. Akira did some great lip syncs as well. So I'm sure it would be a good season. I can potentially see them trying to do more maybe comedy challenges or maybe singing challenges, with maybe acting challenges, acting comedy challenges with the sort of cast we've got, maybe, especially considering we've got the likes of, say, Yara, Pandora, Ginger and Jan. Ginger and Jan. I don't know why that amused me. So, but I'm intrigued to see how it's going to go. Intrigued to see how it will play out. And for me, looking at that list, the front runners are maybe Ginger and Yara, and I think Sonique could probably surprise people. I'm intrigued to see how all these queens are going to do, especially considering a lot of them haven't been on Drag Race for a long time, and that's the exciting thing. It's exciting to see how they've done from their season to where they are now. Yeah, it's one of those things. It really probably could be anyone's game from this season. As I said, take this with a grain of salt though. It's not solid that these are the cast. It could change, but it would be a good cast, I think personally, if this is the cast. But I think that's all from me today. So yeah, just a little video about the All-Star 6 potential All-Star 6 lineup. I will obviously do another video next week. I get paid on Tuesday, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the Star Wars gameplay expansion for The Sims 4, and so next week I am potentially going to start that like a sort of gameplay of that. So if you have any ideas, sort of like what sort of characters you would like to see, like would you like to see a family done of like just a female character, just a male character, would you like to see like a family, so a husband and wife? Let me know in the comments below what sort of thing you're looking to see, and yeah, I will see you guys next time and we shall have some fun with The Sims. See ya!